What's going on, everyone? Thanks for tuning in to Catching Up with Kat. My name is Kat Walsh, and today is just going to be a solo video of me. I wanted to talk about a couple things today, from spring fever, some stress relief stuff. I've had some people reach out to me about that, wanting to hear what I do for stress relief, and just talk more about that. And then I also have some Q&As to do. I've gathered some questions from people and just going to go over some of that stuff. So let's jump right in. I kind of want to start with the spring fever stuff because that's this time of the year. And living in Ohio, it is such a drastic thing going from gloomy, cold, crappy weather in the winter to this beautiful sunshine and flowers blooming and stuff like that. So living in Ohio, I feel like you have to really prepare yourself for the winter, as far as so many people go into like a depression. There's not happy, smiley people running around in Ohio when there's salt and snow all over the ground for the most part. So some things that I do to get through the winter, I take vitamin D every single day, because most of us lack vitamin D, and the vitamin D will help give some of that sunshine and just keep you healthy and try and boost your mood. So vitamin D is big. Magnesium I also take, and just trying to get in as much sunlight as I can, stay moving and active, get out of the house. I also got, someone said they think this is a scam, but I got this vitamin D light. It's like a little light with different settings, and I just sit in front of it in the evenings if I'm reading or just sitting there like scrolling through whatever. And I don't know. I think it helps me get through winter pretty well. There's just some people get affected by it more than others, like what do they call it? Seasonal depression. That's what it is. So with spring here, basically, I'm super happy. I thrive in the sunshine. I thrive in the warmth. And I feel like it makes everyone much happier. So with the spring fever, I also look at it like a new start, a new beginning, kind of like a mood booster to start the year off right and just really kill it this year, and all the years to come. So super happy spring is here, super happy with the weather. I had a friend say to me, it's been 2 nice days and Kat already wants another motorcycle. So I'm like, you know me so well. And I actually have some news to share in regards to that. So stick around. Dad, don't stick around. You might be upset, but okay, on to the next. Stress relief. I had a woman reach out, Jenny. I wanted her to come on, but she's still kind of shy and stuff like that. So that's all right. But just wanted to talk about how I myself am a very natural person. I don't take any medications. I just take natural supplements, but I don't take medications. I try and find healthy ways to deal with stress, manage stress, and just kind of cope when I'm going through a hard time. So I just want to share some of the natural things that I do on a daily basis, or when I'm, overstimulated or going through a stressful time, what helps me. So on a daily basis, I think it's really important to do things every single day that are going to benefit you. Like for me, having a routine really works. Going to the gym a set amount of days or staying a certain amount of active. This past week I have been slacking on the gym because my best friend bought a house that I'm going to be moving into, but I've been really getting my workout in, demolishing, ripping out the cabinets, taking on there's a porch in the backyard with these horrible, horrible railings. Ripped all those off. I've been scraping wallpaper for what feels like a lifetime. Finally done with that. Shout out to Dominic Dover at Diamond Cut Finishes. He helped me get the rest of that off. So that was super helpful. So I have been slacking this past week at the gym, but I feel like I'm making up for it for all the sweat that has been coming out of my body at this house. So it's like a workout in itself. So I don't feel so horrible. But really keeping a routine, staying active. I feel like staying active, even if it's just walking or getting up out of your house, going for a drive, doing some steps in the park, going for hikes. Any movement can seriously make a huge difference. Just keeping the blood flowing, getting that fresh air, getting the sunshine when it is out. That's just so important to keep your mood stabilized and up. So for me, working out, staying active, that really helps me manage stress. Getting fresh air is such a huge thing for me, and like breathing. This past 6 months, I don't know. I've been through a lot in the past 6 months, leaving a horrible situation, relationship type deal. And I've found such a good headspace and have found so many things that actually work for me and that help when I'm going through a certain situation. So breathing, as cliche and simple as that sounds, like there are so many meditations and breathing exercises you can do that really just bring you back down to earth and can really help. So meditating is something that I love to do. I want to get more consistent with it. I want to get on more of a schedule. It's so hard because I already wake up so early in the morning with my kid because she wakes me up. So a lot of people are like, it's so good to meditate in the morning. And I'm like, well, I cannot wake up at, 5 a.m. before she gets up to meditate, like I need sleep. I need my sleep or it's going to be bad. So I mostly meditate in the evenings and it helps me sleep. And just really closing your eyes, listening to the guided meditation. I like listening to someone walk me through it. And then breathing. Say that you're in a stressful situation. You get into a little car accident, fender bender. Someone hit my Mazda, for instance. I'll use this. So I'm pulling off of the highway. I get a green light. I go to turn left. And out of nowhere, boom, this dude runs a red light, hits my car. And it was already it was actually a pretty good week. But something happened earlier in the day or the day before, and it was just kind of tolling on me. So I was kind of, on edge, not feeling the best. Then I get hit, and I'm like, just sit in this car and take your breaths because I'm not the one to blow up on people. I don't know what other people are going through, and I don't want to add on any unnecessary stuff or prejudge or just take that anger out on anyone. So I really sat in my car for a minute, breathing and just relaxing. I get out. I see that the damage wasn't horrible. It was a young kid who ran the red light, wasn't paying attention. His car was in way worse shape than mine, and he didn't have insurance, of course. So I was like, you know what, just go. I'm not going to try and get blood out of a stone. My car isn't horrible. Luckily, I have experience in the auto body industry, so I could fix this myself. So I just let him go and just really think about it. And I tell this story to people, and they're like, are you crazy? You should have got his information. He should have gave you some money. You should sue him. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to do that to somebody who's already clearly down bad. His car was not already in the best shape. He was young. He said he lost his job. He had no insurance. Why would I want to add more stress and try and ruin that kid's life over something that I can fix myself, So really another thing that helps me is really trying to understand the fact that everyone really is dealing with their own shit, and I will never know, just walking to the grocery store, holding the door open for someone, and it lights up their whole face. Like, thank you so much. Just doing little stuff like that. It might sound crazy, but doing that consistently on a day-to-day basis helps me with my mood. And if you're constantly trying to boost your mood and do things that make you feel good, doing things for others that make you feel good if you're a giver and that's what you like to do. That'll overall help you manage things better, period. So I find that I'm less irritable. I'm less impatient. Like I have more patience, A few months back, anything could have set me off because I was in such a bad headspace. I was going through so much emotional turmoil and didn't know how to regulate it all. But once you figure out what works for you, once you really start to focus on your breathing and doing things day by day that make you feel good, putting good food in your body, I cannot stress this enough. And some people will just never listen, and that's fine. But for the people I care about, that I see eating McDonald's every single day, I'm not one to judge, okay? If that's what you want to do, great. I don't care. But if you're someone close to me that wants to be a significant part of my life, that matters to me because I want you to prolong your life. I want you to put good stuff in your body. I want you to feel good. If you substituted McDonald's with some all organic whole foods, you would feel worlds better. And I mean it. Like, if you just completely cut that crap out, your whole life could seriously change. Your health will thank you. Eating good whole foods makes such a huge difference on your body and your health and your mood. So that's another thing that I really, really am big on. I try and eat very well. I try and eat organic. The only place I shop for groceries is Trader Joe's, which is incredible. And you wouldn't believe, if you go to Meijer or Giant Eagle and you fill up the whole shopping cart, how much are you anticipating on spending on an entire shopping cart? Think about that. Is it $300-$400? Right? At Trader Joe's, I'm overflowing my shopping cart, okay, with the best organic produce, meats. They even have like some frozen pre-made meals, which they're high in sodium, but like they're still pretty freaking good. And I don't feel like garbage after I eat them. I fill up the whole shopping cart, overflowing, and it's usually around $200, which is incredible. Like they really have you out here thinking that you're going to pay more to eat better. You're going to be paying an arm and a leg just to eat organic, and that's bougie, but it's bullshit. I don't know why they're doing that to try and trick you into eating worse food because it's cheaper, easier, more convenient. Just food for thought. Be careful what you consume. Alcohol, fast food, nicotine, any kind of smoke. I completely cut out alcohol. I quit vaping. I actually smoked cigarettes for a long while. I started at 15 years old. And then I vaped for a really long time. I think it's probably been about a year, maybe a year and a half. I don't know. I decide once I'm done, I'm done. I don't really need to think about it. I don't need to count the days or the months. I'm just done, and that's not something I'm doing anymore. So I completely cut that all out. I hardly ever drink caffeine. Just really pumping the water, pumping the good foods, and doing things that make me feel good. And those are huge things that play into my life that work for me and make such a big difference. And I'm not just saying this to try and, glorify life like it's all good and dandy, because everybody has horrible days and goes through some stuff. I'm just trying to give some insight to you because people are curious, people ask, and just trying to help put my advice out there, put my stuff that works out there, and maybe it could help you guys too. So some food for thought. If you're ever in a very, very, very stressful situation where you just want to scream, or, some people with uncontrollable anger who throw things, punch walls, just really think before you act. Step back, take a breath, And I think it was my babysitter. She told me, smell the roses, blow out the candle. And just do that. And ever since she said that to me, I use that every day, every single day. And that's huge. Just breathing, really controlling your own emotions. You're in control of your own emotions at the end of the day. You control your life, your destiny. So just think of that. I'm going to hop into some Q&As that people have been asking and go from there. And we'll probably wrap this up in about 5-10 minutes. So one of the questions I get for people that don't really know me, they ask about my hobbies. What do I like to do? What do you do for fun? You know, my main hobby, cars and motorcycles. And I guess now is the time I can share the news. Yesterday, I put down my deposit on a bike. It's a 2020 Yamaha MT-09, which is a super naked bike. I have horrible back issues. I've been riding crotch rockets, street bikes since I was 17. I'm 25. I can't do math. So like 8 years. I don't know. That's horrible. I can't do math. But being hunched over, going 180 miles an hour, I need to not be so irresponsible anymore. And I understand that. I'm a mother. I need to stay alive for my kid. But this Yamaha MT-09, beautiful. And it's in my favorite color, which is orange. It's got the orange wheels, little orange trim. It just is incredible. It's upright, so it's going to be comfortable on my back. It still gets up and goes, you know, but it's not wicked fast. It's not going to go 200 miles an hour. And that's what I want. Just something to cruise around on, feel the wind in my face, and, you know, enjoy the ride. And for people that already know about this, they ask if I'm going to keep the Mazda. I'm so torn because I seriously love that car. I've been through a lot with that car in such a short period of time. And I've put a lot of time, money, and emotion into that car. And now that it's finally tuned, finally running like a freaking champ, it's so fun. It is such a fun car. But living in Cleveland with all the damn potholes everywhere sucks because the car is low, you know. It's got the big beefy tires, is low. I got the fenders rolled, but it's still rubbing sometimes. And it's kind of rare, but it kills me to drive it and have to scrape on everything, you know? So I don't know if I'll keep it or not. Bella, my daughter, she seriously loves it, so it'll be really hard to part with if I do decide to part with it, but it's a thought. I'm happy with the car. I love it. I'll probably hang on to it for a little bit, or I might sell it. I don't know. I have to do some thinking, but other hobbies, I like to be active, hiking, big on rock climbing, but I have these fake nails that make it hard to do all the stuff I want to do if I'm rock climbing. I love live music, big into the rave scene, not as big as I used to be, but I love going out and dancing and enjoying the music, even like reggae shows or they have some reggae shows at the beach sometime, which are awesome to go to. I love live music. I love good food. Going out and trying great food is awesome. Really, I'm open to just about anything. I love adventuring, trying new things, anything that is thrilling. Going to the drag strip, going to car events, stuff like that. That's my thing. That's what I love to do. As far as relationships, I have been single about 6 months. I am still single. I had a friend who was like, you should get a Hinge profile, which is a dating app. And I'm like, one night I'm like, okay, I'll see what it's about. I'm telling you, it didn't even last 24 hours and I deleted it because how overwhelming. I wake up to like 150 likes and I'm like, no, this is too much. This is too much. It's too overwhelming after like going through such a toxic relationship. You can't. I feel like you put up with less. You're more picky. You know what you want. And it's just wild out here in this dating scene. Everyone wants to just go around hooking up and meaningless stuff. And that's just never been my thing. So Hinge got deleted in less than 24 hours. And yeah, I am single, but I am open to finding love. I definitely want that. I want a life partner. I just want it to be right. And I want to keep my eyes open to the red flags and not ignore that kind of stuff because it is important. At the end of the day, to do what feels right to you, be happy. I don't believe that you should be miserable just because you love this person, blah, 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 especially with a kid involved in my instance. I'm really just going to take things slow, make sure that the next person that I'm with is a good fit for my daughter and myself. So as far as relationships, I am single as a Pringle, even though Pringles aren't single. And then I had 2 questions that I wanted to go over that pertain to real estate, which is what I do for a living. And one of them was, what are some deal breakers when you're buying a house? And to me, it depends on who you are, If you're a first-time home buyer and you don't know anything about homes, you don't want a big project, you kind of want something that's move-in ready with very minimal things to work on, it's really up to you, If you're okay with a little bit of water in the basement, you might want to have someone come and check that out. But it might not be a big deal to someone, and it's a huge deal to the next. You know what I mean? Foundational issues. There's some people that would be like, yeah, absolutely not. I'm running as far away as I can. And there's some people that are like huge construction people that are like, I'll just knock the whole house down and build another one, or like try and fix it somehow. So for me, the deal breakers, it really depends on the person who is buying. And it kind of will go case by case. If you want to buy a home, you come to me, you express all of your needs and wants. Then we can kind of work on that together and decide what your deal breakers are so that I can look out for stuff like that. And another one was, what is my favorite part about being in real estate? And I honestly love being in real estate because of the flexibility of my schedule. I love that all of the people that I've worked with so far and helped have been friends of mine or people that I know or family. And I think it's just really special that people come to me trusting in me with such a huge purchase and to go through the whole process with them. They come to me with questions. If I don't have the answer to the question, I have my dad who has been in this business for 33 plus years. So I can always get all the good information from him. Just them coming to me, trusting me, it is really such a great feeling. And I just really want to soak up all the knowledge that I can every single day so that I can be the best and become an expert in this field as well. So the best part about it for me is just seeing how rewarding it is to help people get into the home of their dreams or helping people sell their homes to move on to something that'll be better for them. It's just overall a great, happy process. I haven't run into too many problematic deals. Everything's been pretty smooth. I've been very lucky and I'm very grateful for that. So there's no better feeling than, going to meet your buyer at their new home with the keys and some gifts. I think that's so important to just get your buyer a little gift, whether it's their favorite beer or chocolates or flowers or something like that, or all of them, and just really make it a very special, memorable day for them because it's a huge purchase. Buying a home is huge and it's a great accomplishment. And for people who don't have a lot of family support or friend support, they can kind of be like, upset, get down that there's not a lot of people to share this great moment with, but being their agent and trying to, give them that love and, oh, I'm so proud of you. Like, you killed this. Like, I don't know. It's just a good feeling to be there for people and watch them go through such a huge, exciting part of their life. And being able to help them with that is very wholesome. And I love that. So real estate's definitely rewarding for me. Working with people, it's been great. And I look forward to doing it all in the future. If you ever have any questions about selling or buying, I'm always here. I'll leave all my information as usual. And I think I'll wrap it up for today. Next week, I'm bringing on a very special guest. And next week, I will also have picked up my new motorcycle. So I'll have to show you guys that. And thank you guys again for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, like, and if you ever have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to reach out. I am always here. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next week.